My name is Shannon. This is Flosstube number 1 for me. I love watching Flosstube. I follow a bunch of people. I've always wanted to dive in and film my own, but never really had the courage. So for some reason, the stars kind of aligned. I guess today's the day. I'm on my lunch break from work right now. I do work from home, and my 1.5-year-old son, he's a little over 1.5 years now, he is with my parents, his grandparents, so I have a quiet, empty house. Like I said, the stars have aligned, so I will just kind of jump right into it, give a quick little about me, and then I am going to do a WIP parade. I have all of my WIPs sitting on a chair over here, and I'll just show you guys everything I've been working on. So again, my first name's Shannon. I'm 29. I will be turning 30 in July. I've been stitching, forever. When my dad retired, he went to get all of his stuff from work, and he found a small piece of 14 count Aida. I think I must have been in like the 5th or 6th grade maybe, and I stitched him a little "I love you, Dad." So I've been stitching basically since I think 5th or 6th grade. But in 2018 is really when I picked it up again. I work full-time in corporate America in insurance claims. That can be very stressful. So just needed something, after long days to kind of unwind. So stitching stuck, I picked it up, I love it. Went off the deep end, got into Flosstube, different fabrics, different threads, you know how that goes. And here we are. So hopping into my WIP parade. What I have been stitching on most recently, and just so you know, just 2 disclaimers, none of this is ironed. I'm a mom, I don't have time for any of that right now. And also, ignore my fingernails. I'm kind of a nail biter. I don't have time for manicures. There could be worse habits, so just ignore my nails. But the first thing I've been working on is Primrose Cottage stitches. This is Star Spangled Street. I already have an idea of how I want to finish this, so I've been working on this like crazy to get it done. This is with all of the called for floss, and I am stitching this on a piece of 32 count taupe Lugana. This is my first time working on 32 count. This is the smallest that I've ever done. I started on Aida, and then I think either a year or 1.5 years ago, I switched over to even weave Lugana. I'm too scared of linen right now. So this is the smallest I've done, and I love it. So that is where I'm at. I worked my way, I started over here with this tree, worked my way over. I only have 1 house left and a tree, and then I will be done. Like I said, I already know how I want to finish it. So that's super exciting. I love the way it's coming along. So I'll move this over here. This next WIP is a labor of love. I love Dimensions. I love Dimensions Gold, but I have a love-hate relationship with Dimensions Gold because of how difficult they can be. So this one I've been working on probably the longest of any Dimensions kit that I've done. I've done a couple, and I can show those in a future video. But this one is Santa's Midnight Ride. He is beautiful. He's stunning. He's going to be even more beautiful when he's finished. I started this, I think, last November. And I'm still not done, but that's okay because I've been distracted with a lot of other things. But this is where I'm at, and it's not ironed. I'm sorry if you can see through it. I need to get like a board or something to put behind it because this is on 18 count Aida. This is the navy Aida that came with the kit. And this is where I'm at. I do not backstitch as I go. I guess you could call me dumb. I wait till the end, which is kind of miserable, but I'm afraid that it would get messed up because I am a hoop stitcher, so I'm afraid that if I do backstitch as I go and then I'm moving the hoop around to different places that it would get messed up and get ripped out. So my goal is I did for the first time last year enter some pieces in at a local fair in my home state of Connecticut. And I wanted to enter this in this year at the fair, but that would be a piece that I would be getting professionally framed. That takes time. I think the entry dates when you have to submit everything is either in August or September. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it. This is not going to be done by then. So he's not going to be entered in at the fair this year, maybe next year, I hope. My next piece, this is Little House Needleworks Lantern Lane. So that is cover photo. I am stitching this using Priscilla of Stitching with the Housewives, her color conversion that she had come up with years ago, maybe 2018, 2017, before they even started designing. This is where I am at. It's huge, but it's pretty. I love the tree. I clearly got burnt out on the house because that's where I stopped. Right there with all that red. It's a lot. It's gonna be very big, but I love it and I need to finish it because I want to get it put up for the holidays. It'll be beautiful. So, and oh, I don't think I said this. This is on a piece of 28 count. I think it's called Country Mocha. It's been a while since I've worked on this, so I'm sorry, but I believe it's a 28 count vintage Country Mocha, I want to say. But it's an even weave Lugana. So that's where I'm at with that one. This next one, I love. I'm going to say this about all of them. We all do. If only we just had infinite hours in the day to stitch. This is Autumn Lane Stitchery, Autumn Town. Again, I'm from Connecticut, so I'm a New Englander. This just screams, I mean, nothing screams New England fall more than this. It's perfect. It's beautiful. I love it. The minute I saw it, I bought it. I had to have it. So I am using all of the called for threads with this, which does include silks. And it is my first time ever stitching with silk. And it's so pretty. The silks are this one right here. It's all one thread. And this dark red. It's so pretty. This is on a piece of 28 count Granny Smith effect, I believe it's called, from Fabric Flare. So I did switch up the fabric a little bit. On camera, this is coming up a lot lighter of a green. In person, it's definitely a little bit richer, a little bit darker. So that's where I'm at on that. This is pretty full coverage. I mean, the background does show through in some parts on the bottom, and as you go up, you see, because it lends to the grass in the background. But this sky, I mean, that's all stitched. So this one is another kind of doozy. Clearly, I really love big projects, but it's when it's done. I mean, hanging this would be like above the mantle kind of thing. It's very pretty. I did make a mistake at the bottom down here, right at the very beginning. Something with this pumpkin is wrong, so naturally other things kind of got wonky, but I think I figured it out. I'm back on track. Things might be a little cramped down here, but for the most part, I think I've got it back on track here. So I love that one. I haven't stitched that in a while either. I need more hours in the day. This is kind of a very small start. And if you hate the sounds of the zippers and the bags, I'm sorry if you're on headphones. Personally, I love that sound. When people have their videos and you hear the bags and the zippers, I find it very comforting. Maybe I'm weird, I don't know. Maybe you agree with me. But this is Heart in Hand. This is called Imprints, Fa La La and Mary. Every year, I do have a cross-stitch tree. It's not a giant tree like some of the ones I've seen by any means, but every year I try to stitch a different ornament. And even though like something like this, it doesn't have the year on it, I'll put, 2024 underneath it, just as like a nice little reminder, and something for the tree each year. But this is a pathetic start. I probably shouldn't have this in my WIP parade. I mean, I'm doing the ornament. I'm doing the Fa La La. I don't know what happened. I don't know why I put it away. If I pulled this back out, I could probably finish it in a night or two, but hopefully soon. This one, I love this one. This is in a really cute Dot Dot Goose design bag, in case you're wondering. I don't have as many bags as other people, but the ones I do have, I'm obsessed with. This one, I had participated in back, I don't know if they're still doing it or not, probably not, and everybody's just getting back from StitchCon, so they're probably swamped. But I had done, Susan at Keepsakes was doing the Surprise Me boxes. So basically you filled out a paper indicating some of your preferences, your likes, your dislikes, designers, threads, fabrics, things like that. And she curated, or basically I should say kitted up an entire project for you. And you had no idea what it was going to be. Complete surprise. So I was in because I don't have nearly as big a stash as some other people that I've seen, so there was no fear, you know, that I would get something that I already have. So I was like, why not? Let me just do it. And I got Pumpkin Brew by Brenda Gervais. And I love Halloween, and I indicated that on my preferences, so that's probably why she picked this. And I love it. So again, this is curated by Susan, so she picks out, she doesn't necessarily follow the like the called fors. She picks out her own fabric, threads, all of that. There's a whole conversion that she types up. I mean, the time that got put into this, it's amazing. So the fabric that she chose for me, it's a 28 count Seraphim Lugana, and I believe the color is Dragon Dust. And this is where I'm at. Another small start. I was working on the border. I got the little owl done. Super cute. She had put a little note in there that my witch is going to have red hair, similar to the witch in one of the witches in Hocus Pocus. So that'll be fun. I've got all of my threads here that she had picked for me. Where's that beautiful orange red? I think that one right there is going to be her hair. I mean, the purples, the greens, it's fall, it's Halloween. I need to get it done. I need to pick this one back up. I love it. So, this next one, I mentioned this before that I did used to pretty much primarily stitch only on Aida. That's what I started on. That was really all I knew. So a couple of these projects mixed in here are on Aida, and while I love the project, I don't know if stitching on Aida, unless it's like a full coverage dimensions, I don't know if that's necessarily my favorite thing right now. So these might be ones that I have to give up in the future. The thought kind of makes me nauseous because some of these do have a lot of work on them, and I hate that. So we'll see. But this is Madame Chantilly. This is the Celebrate Summer tray. I love these. I mean, all of them are gorgeous. I would stitch all of them. Like a lot of other people, I am not going to stitch the summer at the bottom. The tray, it's pretty evident. You can figure out that it's a summer tray. You know, it says Hello Beach. It's got the lighthouse. It's got the seagull, all the flowers. It's gorgeous, a mermaid. So to me, that's just, it's a lot of stitching. I don't have a lot of stitching time, so if I can take something out and make it a little bit easier on myself, it just makes sense at this point. So this is, I think an 18 count, probably like a grazed Weigart that I got from Fat Quarter Shop. That's where I'm at. Got the whole bottom part of the tray done, working on that Hello Beach sign. That's probably where I got burnt out and decided to put it down. I do remember that I switched, the whole project is called for in DMC, but I did switch these pink, or they're supposed to be red flowers, I believe, but I think pink is a little bit more me, a little bit more summer for me. So I switched it to Classic Colorworks Ladybug. So that's why my flowers have a little bit more variegation and color differences than just the plain red in the picture. So I just thought it added a little something, and I will continue that and do that with the rest of the things that are called for in that color in this piece whenever I pick it back up again and work on it. So Madame Chantilly just came out with another one. I think it's Celebrate the Bees or something about bees. I saw it on 1 2 3 Stitch, and I'm like, I have no business buying that pattern because I haven't finished this one yet, but it's so beautiful, and I'm just in that summer vibe right now. So this next one is Claus Christmas by Stitching with the Housewives. I did buy the board to finish this exactly like the photo. I remember working on this when I was very freshly postpartum. I think my son was like a week or two old, so I was in the throes of exhaustion, and maybe black fabric wasn't the best choice at this time. This is a 28 count. I think it's the Jobelin that they recommend. I think it's Jobelin. They just say 28 count black even weave on the pattern, but this is definitely a Jobelin. I just remember struggling with this, you know, exhausted, healing, all of that. But this is where I'm at. I got the Santa done. I have part of the Christmas banner done, working on that top border. honestly, it's not that much more to stitch. The letters go crazy quick. It's the Mrs. Claus that will take the longest, and then all of those guys at the bottom, the trees, the deer. But, you know, I have the finishing piece. It's funny, my mom was talking to me the other day. She's like, you stitch a lot of Christmas. Like, you're gonna run out of space in your house. Never. I will find a place. I'm definitely not, you know, I don't have as much time to decorate the way that I used to. But I love decorating. For fall and Christmas are my top two. So I feel like my stitching tends to gravitate more towards that. Like spring, summer stitching. I love spring and summer, but I don't necessarily decorate as much for it. I'm more of a patriotic decorator. Like right now I have all of my red, white, and blue, all of that out. I keep that up from Memorial Day to 4th of July and maybe even a little bit beyond. This next one, another one, it is on Aida. It is the, what are these called? Fall on the Farm. Little House Needleworks. I have all of the charts. I don't know what this is stitched on. This is called for 32 count, which now if I stitched this 32 count, I would absolutely do it on. That's probably why I haven't picked this back up, because this is on a 16 count, because at the time I was only stitching on Aida. And this is unfortunate because I'm halfway done, just about halfway done. Let me get this all kind of nice here for you. This is where I am at. I should have ironed all this. Bear with me. Please don't hate me. Be nice to me. I'm a mom and I work full time, like I said. So I don't want to be ironing. I want to be stitching when I have 5 minutes to myself. But this is where I'm at. I have 4 full blocks done. No back stitching again because I'm afraid to do that until the end. This does get back stitched with some letters in there and the sign. And then I'm part of the way through the quilt block in the middle. The thought of starting this over on a 32 count, it's never gonna happen. I either have to finish it on this or I'm giving it up. And I'm putting all of this back in my stash, all of this beautiful floss back in my stash and calling it quits. Or maybe I can try to figure out how to finish, you know, even if I just do this next quilt block and then the one after it, and I don't do the bottom and then just finish it like that, because that's a lot of work to stitch all over again, and I don't think I have the stamina to do that. So I'm not even gonna go there. This next one, I love this. I love this. This is Ink Circles. This is 5 o'clock. I saw this from Pam with Just Keep Stitching, was stitching this. I don't know if it was a sal she was doing or what it was. It's beautiful. I have in my dining room a little like wine alcohol cart. I love her saying, you know, coffee to cocktails, stitching, all that. I love that. I love wine. I don't necessarily love all the drinks on here, but it's beautiful. It's colorful. I can see this stitched and hung above my wine cart in my dining room. So this is gorgeous. I have the tag in here. I am stitching this on a piece of 28 count Lugana, Whirlpool Lugana from Picture This Plus. If I recall correctly, I did make a mistake somewhere that I'm trying to work my way through. I think it'll be salvageable. That's where I am at. It's so pretty. I love it. I love it on the bright blue. Blue is my favorite color. I think it calls for it on more of like a greeny kind of color. I'm not really into greens. I like the blues much better. And I just thought everything would really pop on this light blue. So that's where I'm at. I made a mistake. I think this was supposed to be much taller, but looking at it, I don't think it's really going to affect anything other than maybe, you know, the drink looking smaller, but it's a petite cocktail, that one. So for summer, this is a great one to pick back up. So, and that's another reason why I'm filming this, is just to see my progress and see all the beautiful things that I'm working on. Why am I not picking these up? I shouldn't be starting new things right now. I should be working on some of this stuff. This is my project bag. This is really old. This might be my oldest WIP, I think. Don't know why. Prairie Schooler Santa. This year is 2019. They're tiny, but it's on Aida. I have no idea what this is. An 18 count Aida, maybe. Look at his little rosy cheeks. Oh, he's the Peace on Earth Santa with the sheep. This could be a cute ornament for my tree. love it. I love it. And it seemed, I don't know if everybody else agrees with this, but the longer I go without pulling the project out and even just putting a couple of stitches in, the less likely I am to ever pick it up again. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't participate in WIP Go. I should. That would probably help me, you know, get more stitches in some of these projects. So if you participate in WIP Go and you recommend it, let me know, because I've been too, I don't want to say apprehensive about it, but it seems like a lot of pressure to put on yourself. I try not to, there's a lot of pressure on me for like deadlines at work and things like that. So I just try to keep my stitching like it needs to call to me kind of thing, and I need to love it. But this next one, this is Hello Halloween. It's a Sue Hillis. I love Halloween. Look at that. Look at the skeletons in the back. The moon. Just the truck. Anything with a truck, I love. And this is actually kind of huge. I don't know if it gives. The stitch count's 154 by 129. I think I'm doing this on a 28 count, so it'll be like 11 by 8 something. It's kind of big, not huge, but my husband had kitted this up for me. He bought everything from 123 Stitch back in the day, all the DMC. This is on a 28 count vintage country mocha again. And that's where I'm at. That's all I have. The wheel, some of the border, and the hello. So my thought is I do want to restart this on the same fabric. I love the fabric. That's not an issue. Take out the Hello Halloween, take out the border. It'll make it smaller. It won't be so much just black stitching, just doing that truck with the skeletons, with the tombstone. And maybe I would do it on orange. I don't know. That wouldn't really go per se in my house with the way I decorate. So I don't know if I'll do it on a different color, if I'll switch. I don't know. I don't know anything, but I love that. And everything's here in my handy dandy great value. It's not even Ziploc. This is Great Value brand. So gotta save money where you can, right? All the DMC's in there. So I probably should just figure out what fabric I would restart that on, because the Hello Halloween, that's a lot. That's a lot for me right now. This next one is out of the Emma Congdon Cross Stitch for the Earth book. If you've never heard of this or her, she's Stitchrovia, I believe. You can find this on, I think I got it on Amazon. She probably also has a website. I mean, it's beautiful. There are tons of projects in here, tons. So I was stitching, trying to not show pattern here. I don't even know what this is called, if it has a name. I don't know if she necessarily names stuff. But this is what it looks like, and this was going to be a gift for someone if I ever finish it. It says, between two pines is a doorway to a new world, and I was going to give this to someone that is an avid hiker. She would love it. Another Aida. But on this one, it is decently full coverage, so I would probably keep it. I don't know what this is, just a piece of like a hunter green, I think you would call this, Aida. That's where I'm at. I just love this. It's so unique in that the parts that you don't stitch, that's what creates the trees that you see. Like, that's not stitched. That's the fabric popping through. You basically stitch around it. And it creates that look of trees, creates the look of the deer on the bottom. It's beautiful. I picture this in like a rustic kind of frame because she's into hiking, so definitely the entire like rustic vibe would work. Haven't picked it up. Have not picked it up. Ooh, this is another Dot Dot Goose. No, not Dot Dot Goose. This is Creative Carol because it's got the handle. Yep, and her name's on the bottom there. This is the Creative Carol bag. But this is another full coverage that I started years ago. I need to finish this. I need to finish this. My mom gives me heck all the time about this and says you need to get that done because it's beautiful. This is a kit that I got at Hobby Lobby years ago. Jan Lynn is the kit maker, if you will. It's called Bucks County Farm Stand. Oh my goodness. that cart. Filled with all of just produce. There's quilts, there's jams, sunflowers. And then there's the scale. Go over here, the sign. It says pumpkins, produce, quilts. It is stunning. It's beautiful. I don't really tend to pick up a lot of kits that aren't dimensions, but I saw that just perusing, you know, the cross stitch aisle at Hobby Lobby, and I loved it. This is with the 14 count Aida that comes with the kit. Try not to show you the back. And that's where I am at. I'm kind of kicking myself because the farm stand is the most fun part of this project. And I did that first, like a moron. Because then I went to go work on the roof of the farm stand and I got bored. A lot of browns, very burnt out. I even went over here at the bottom here and I started working on the sign, got the pumpkins done, but I stopped. And it's gorgeous and I love it. And talk about entering something in at a fair. I mean, nothing is better than something like this. So if I could enter that in, my goodness. This is actually, I think this is my last one here. This is another Creative Carol bag. Just cute, Christmas themed. This is another, I guess you can call it a kit, but it's small, it's ornaments. This is Dimensions Gold Collection. These are called the Christmas Village ornaments. So each one of these is separate, but everything that you need to finish them all is included in this kit, which I love. I've stitched one of them and I did bring that up here to show first. I had stitched years ago Kringle's Toys. And this hangs on my cross stitch tree. That is full coverage. That is a lot of back stitching. There's a lot of French knots, but it's stunning. I mean, even hanging on the tree, I have a lot of other non-full coverage cross stitch ornaments on there. That's the first thing my eyes go to, is always that one. I love it. So I wanted to get another one done. I had originally said, you know, I'm gonna do one a year. What a joke. That didn't happen. This is just on the kit Aida. This one, I believe my husband had picked out me to stitch this one. This one right here, look at it closer, sorry for the glare. It's a little boy with a sled, a snowman. Look at that warm house. Oh, it's beautiful. It's gonna be stunning. Once you get into these, honestly, dimensions, yeah, they can be scary, but they do go quick once you really get into it. I just gotta keep going. It's gorgeous. So that is my final WIP. Like I said, that I've been working on the most right now, like every day when I have time, is this Star Spangled Street. I am very much in the patriotic mood right now with the 4th of July coming up. So I want to get this done. I have the perfect finishing piece. I am so excited about it. So that's going to be the thing that I work on probably monogamously until I get that done. I don't know when I will be back again. Hopefully like once a month. When I come back next time, I can definitely show you more of my finishes. I love the full coverage pieces, the dimensions, but I also love, you know, stitching with the Housewives, Plum Street samplers, with that needle and thread, Brenda Gervais, everything. I mean, I will, if I love it, I will stitch it. So I have a lot in my stash. I have a lot that I could show, but I just kind of wanted to start off slow and steady for my first Flosstube. And I guess have people see if they're interested in seeing more of that stuff. So if there's more that you want to see, let me know. Hopefully I'll be back in about a month, and I hope that everybody has a good week and a good month. So talk to you soon. Bye.